Coffee and Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners: Best Cord Cutting TV, Bravo's Restaurant Bar, El Rey Lounge de Versalles, Joint Boutique Hotel and Cowork, Monson Brewing Company, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, Puerto Vallarta Owners Reps, Oculto, and Siam Cocina Thai. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together live. Today, we are live. Of course, I'm back from Guadalajara, and it's a pleasure to see you. Today is Monday, May 26th. I hope you had an amazing weekend wherever you are, and I hope you're looking forward to an amazing week. Today, there are all kinds of news to share, from bits and pieces from my trip that I want to tell you all about, to important recognitions for Puerto Vallarta. And of course, we have the results of last week's survey. Remember, last week, I put out a survey and I talked about it, and some of the responses did not surprise me at all. But one segment of the survey really took me by surprise. So I want to talk about this in a little while. But first, as usual, I look forward to seeing, let me get things out of the way. There you go. I look forward to seeing your comments. And if you want your comment to stand out and you want it to be brought up later on, please add a capital letter Q at the beginning of your comment. If you are watching live for the first time, it is a pleasure to give you a nice little welcome and to acknowledge you more specifically. All you have to do is type a capital letter N. If you're just watching and you're part of the silent majority, or if you're watching later on in the day on YouTube, it is a pleasure to have you. Let's start with the news as usual. And this is great news for Puerto Vallarta, as our city is now a tree city of the world. This is an important international recognition awarded by the Arbor Day Foundation, inspiring people to plant, nurture, and celebrate trees. Who knew? In order for a city to be recognized, it must meet 5 core standards, which are outlined in the official website, which of course I will include in the show notes. And this is the first time that I'm aware of that our city has received this important recognition. It joins 3 other destinations in the state of Jalisco: Tlajomulco, Zapopan, and Guadalajara. So there are now 4 destinations in our state that have this important Tree City Award. Sounds good to me. And then, of course, Jalisco's Minister of Tourism, Michelle Friedman, anticipated that Vallarta Pride 2025 will yield positive results in terms of hotel occupancy and economic impact, as it is one of the most important festivals internationally for LGBTQ plus tourism. And she says, Vallarta Pride is one of the most popular and respected festivals among the LGBTQ plus community, with a robust program that directly impacts areas like Romantica and downtown. That's what Minister Friedman said about gay pride. And I have to throw my 2 cents. You know, we are living in a world in which gay rights, LGBTQ rights, are still an issue. There are places where homophobia results in violence, where education needs to be increased, where things need to be explained to people that are ignorant of issues like transgender issues and gay rights issues. And call me jaded if you want, I don't care. But it is amazing to me to see how much Pride has become a revenue generator. And people talk about tourism and hotel occupancy and this, that, and the other. You don't see gay pride being discussed in terms of gay rights or activism anymore. We don't see many exercises in reinforcing what pride used to be all about, which is about acknowledging and defending and communicating gay rights and making sure that equality is at the top of the list. So, in my mind, for better or worse, and call me ungay, I don't care. uh, Gay pride in Puerto Vallarta has become like Semana Santa, the kind of thing that you buy your groceries and you get out of the way so that the tourists that come and enjoy Pride for 1 week can have all the license they can have for 1 week. You let me know what you think about gay pride in general. This year, my only celebration was that amazing concert with Amy Armstrong and Sargento Dan. That was like old fashioned pride to me. So let me know your thoughts on pride in Puerto Vallarta, and we'll get to the comments in a little while. But first, also, Cirque du Soleil and Grupo Vidanta have announced that tickets are now on sale to the general public for Ludo. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that properly. A bold new aquatic production set to premiere December 16, 2025 at Vidanta World in Nuevo Vallarta. So, I went and did some research on the tickets because it's Vidanta. It is what it is. So, do you want to guess? Well, let's not even make it a guessing game. Tickets for the show only, without dinner, without tapas, without booze, without anything. Just the tickets to get in to see this new aquatic production of Cirque du Soleil are going to set you back 2,350 pesos per person. And that's the same price for children or adults. And that's more money than what it costs me to spend a weekend in Guadalajara enjoying a live symphony orchestra at a stunning concert hall. So, given the choice between aquatic shows at Vidanta and the Jalisco Philharmonic, you'll know where you'll be able to find me. Boom, boom. Yes. No Vidanta for me, thank you. And moving right along, Mexico's hot sale began today and it continues until the 3rd of June with over 700 brands offering all sorts of online special deals and discounts. There is a brand directory, which I'll include in the show notes. And of course, I will also include the link to this news item. And the last thing that I have for you before we jump over to the weather is that Puerto Vallarta is preparing for the upcoming sea turtle nesting and protection season, which will begin in June and run through January of 2026. And the city has started by preparing the Holy Beach Hatchery, which is right behind of La Isla Shopping Mall. And of course, I'm not going to assume that everybody is familiar with turtle season in Puerto Vallarta. In case you need a refresher, which is cool, there might be somebody watching for the first time, please feel free to type the word turtle in the show notes, not in the show notes, in your comment. Type the word turtle, and I'll give you a quick crash course on why turtles are important in our city. And now let's take a quick look at the weather. There's that cyclone or hurricane that there's headlines that it's coming, but I've decided I'm just not going to bother with those headlines until it's actually coming. In the meantime, oh, well, that's funny. iPhones will now be produced exclusively in the United States, which has the capacity to build 23 devices per year. Now, that is funny. And if you don't know what that is all about, feel free to write iPhone in your comment, and I'll give you the dirty laundry on that one. It's 29 degrees right now. Humidity is at 63%. And our weather forecast for today says that we're going to have a humid day with clear skies, a high of 32 and a low of 23. Tomorrow we can expect another humid day with with cloudy skies, a high of 32 and a low of 22. And Wednesday, another humid day with mostly cloudy skies, again a high of 33 and a low of 22. Yeah, yeah, humidity, which I found no humidity in Guadalajara. Oh my God, thank you for letting me escape. Of course, I went to my temple. I didn't do any praying, but I enjoyed an amazing live music performance. And it was sold out. And of course, I ran into people. I always run into people from Vallarta over there. Shout out to Christine Peterson. Hey, Christine, if you're still watching Coffee and Headlines, it was a pleasure to bump into you at the concert hall, and it was so nice to go and come back. I will tell you that this time around, I recorded a bunch of video for you to enjoy. All I have to do is piece it together. What kind of video did I record? Well, as mundane as it is to me, I thought some of you might want to see what it's like when I go to Guadalajara. So I taped myself literally getting off the bus, walking to the subway, getting on the subway, getting out of the subway in the historic center, and then running my errands, which to me it's like what you do all the time. But what I wish to convey is just how easy it is to get around Guadalajara if you're planning to be in the downtown area. And I will be piecing those together maybe today, maybe tomorrow, but I'll definitely do it live with you because I didn't speak during the videos. I didn't want to look crazy walking around Guadalajara talking to myself with a camera in hand. So I will be narrating as we watch again, maybe tomorrow or maybe the day after. Now, here's something amusing, and this may be of interest to you, or maybe not. But I know you hear me specifically when I'm doing walking tours that I'm always concerned about whether YouTube will bust me for copyright infringement or not. And I want to show you what happened over the weekend. For starters, as there's revenue to be had from my YouTube videos. It contributes to my income, so it may not be substantial. It's a couple of thousand pesos per month, but it is good enough for extra play stuff. So when was it? It was Saturday or Friday, I forget. I featured a bit of Sargento Dan and Amy Armstrong playing on their concert, which I went to see, and I shared the video for you to watch. And wouldn't you know it, I was tagged by YouTube, and YouTube said to me, you featured a video where somebody was singing I Will Survive and somebody was singing Seasons of Love, so you cannot make money from that video. Now, I'm not sharing this information because I'm complaining. I am just sharing this for you to appreciate what is the nature of the beast when it comes to dealing with. Oh, that was so weird. My iPad started talking to me and I couldn't understand why there was a voice in the background. Anyhow, I just wanted to give you an idea of where I live in terms of copyright revenue and this, that, and the other. It is crazy, but that's the way the world works. Now, here's a little video that I do wish to share with you today because I came back from Guadalajara on Saturday, not yesterday. I just literally ran a couple of errands, went to the hotel, had a disco nap, went to my concert, went to bed, woke up, had breakfast, and got on the bus back. Because, I really didn't need to do much more of anything. Plus, I'm going back to Guadalajara this weekend to celebrate with some friends. But when the bus was entering Puerto Vallarta, I saw an opportunity to share with you what the Las Juntas intersection is looking like today and what chaos it is to go through that part of the city, particularly if you're going northbound. So I have a short video that I wish to share with you. This is again from the lovely second story of the ETN bus. as we're entering or as we're approaching the Las Juntas intersection where the Puerto Vallarta welcome letters used to be. And here we go. Boom. So here we are, and that's where the letters used to be. But as you can see, it's all crazy construction. Notice how on the other side of the road, traffic is bumper to bumper. I mean, when it's finished, it's going to be fabulous. But right now, it ain't so pretty. And it's not that easy to navigate. And I wonder if they're going to be able to save all those tall trees. Now, being a tree city of the world, I am sure that the city needs to be increasingly careful about that. So we are advancing through the Las Juntas intersection. Lots of work has been done. It's amazing. But again, look at the traffic on the other side. Just absolutely crazy. And this is a Saturday in the middle of the day, not even rush hour. And then further along, there's Home Depot. I wanted to also show you a little bit of the actual place where the new toll highway meets Francisco Medina Asensio, which is coming up on the left-hand side in just a second. Look at all that traffic. And drum roll. There it is. See those elevated chingaderas? Oh, no, not yet. Where are they? Ah, there they are. See, coming up on the left-hand side, or rather on the right-hand side of the screen, there's the elevated chingadera. That is the exit of the new highway going north and also going south onto Medina Asensio and connecting to the new airport terminal. And look at all that beautiful traffic. Gotta love it. So this is what's going on out there. And what else do I have to share with you? Oh, yes, of course. Another food shindig has just been announced. This is Sabores de Vallarta, or Taste of Vallarta. This will take place on Saturday, May 31st at Puerto de Luna, across or kitty corner from the La Isla Shopping Mall. The information says it will be a tasting of national and international dishes with over 50 different choices plus live music, and it is free. And it's going to be sunny, but, bring an umbrella, bring your appetite, and we'll see what happens. And before we get into our chit chat section, as I mentioned earlier, last week the question was, which kind of new places in Puerto Vallarta are you most excited to discover? And the answers, again, didn't surprise me and surprised me a lot. Here are the results. We received a total of 227 votes, which is lovely. And the vast majority of you, 37%, chose that you're most excited about cafes or restaurants. This was followed by off the beaten path walking spots, 25%. And then live music venues came at 18.9 or 19%, which doesn't surprise me. And then 10% of you said you're most excited to discover art galleries or workshops. And that's a little bit concerning, if you ask me. Then there was an undefined other. 6.6% of you selected this. But then this one really surprised me. Only 2.2% of you are interested in wellness. Only 2.2% of you are interested in wellness. And that took me by surprise because, at 62 years of age and self-acknowledging that I'm not the most important, the most responsible person when it comes to taking care of my well-being and my health, I pay attention to shit like that. I pay attention to meditation and wellness and mindfulness and all kinds of things that are very important to me. So I found it surprising that health, wellness and well-being is not that important to you, or maybe your definition of wellness is different than mine. I don't know. I would be curious as to why you think you're just not that concerned about your own wellness. Or maybe you are and you misinterpreted the survey, or maybe I didn't convey it clearly. I don't know. But I was not expecting wellness to be at the bottom of the scale. And of course, if you are curious, most of the votes came from our country, from Mexico, 95 votes. And then there was a tie between votes registered from the United States and Canada at 69 each. And two people um, participated from Spain. Ole. Who knew? That was wonderful. And that is what I have to share with you. Let me turn the chit chat mode on, which is essentially just the background music. And there you go. Let's see what you bring to the table. Boom, pirorum, boom, boom. Uh, Good mornings, good mornings, good mornings. Thank you very much. Mary says, hope you had a wonderful weekend. It was heavenly. It was heavenly. It's almost absurd that I hop on a bus for 5.5 hours to go enjoy a little over 24 hours in a city in a live concert and then come back. But it is that nurturing to me. Talking about, speaking of wellness, that's where my wellness comes from. One of the places. And of course, on the bus, I get to crochet and I get to enjoy my audiobooks. It's just like great. I love it. It was heavenly, Sherry. I know that you enjoyed your trip to Guadalajara as well. Maria, saludos, ¿cómo estás? It's great to see you. Boom, pararam, pim, boom, 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 boom. Jerome says, I am old enough to remember when gay pride started after Stonewall, and that's when pride was important to gay rights and inclusive of diversity, but today has been commercialized. Absolutely. I'm a happy gay boy. I'm happy to celebrate my gay boyness every single day of the year. I don't need a tourism magnet to enjoy who I am or to express myself. I'm just concerned about people that are still figuring it out and people that are struggling with their rights nowadays. People that are young living with their parents. It's a different ballgame. It's a different time. I shaved my nose hairs this morning. That's why I'm feeling itchy in the nose. Healthy and Whole says turtle. And Pamela Shepard says turtle. Here it goes. Once a year, Puerto Vallarta is privileged to welcome many hundreds of sea turtles that hatch their eggs in our beaches, in our coast. They've been doing this for millions of years, and they come back here and they drop their eggs in the sand. And a few days later, I think it's 40, these eggs hatch these wonderful turtlettes, baby turtles, which either find their way back from being buried in the sand into the ocean on their own at the risk of being eaten by predators, or they are cared for in hatcheries all over the coast. There are many hatcheries in Marina Vallarta hotels, for example. There's a hatchery that is a public hatchery right behind the La Isla shopping mall. And to be able to participate in the release of these baby turtles back to the ocean is a way to connect with the earth, with the planet, and to connect with the preservation of these wonderful animals. So, if you live here and you didn't know this, well, now you know. And if you live here or you're planning to be here anytime between later on in June and the beginning of next year, find a way to participate in a turtle release activity. They're usually free, or maybe the turtle camps ask for a small cooperation, a small donation. And it is really, talk about wellness. Here's another thing that improves your well-being that we can be doing. Let's see. Shows can be expensive. Sometimes you can see sales somewhere. Great work for the turtles. They are amazing. Well, it's a matter of choosing. Some people will choose to go see the Vidanta thing, and I'm choosing to spend my money differently. And that's just what it is. Um, mm, Speaking of turtle hatching season, I'll be heading down to Hotel Maito this Wednesday and Thursday for an early birthday getaway. Haven't been back there since the pandemic. Oh, Muffin, happy birthday. And I hope you have a really, really good time. Have a great weekend and have a lovely birthday in Maito, as Liz has just said. And let's see what else. Laura says we saw turtles twice at Camarones Beach. It was very cool, isn't it? I think it's absolutely wonderful. Paco, I am already looking forward to your Guadalajara video. Thank you, Barbara. Give me a couple of days. I'll be working on that today. Maybe I'll have it ready by tomorrow. Maybe I'll have it ready by the next day. Ron comments, money is money, and if gay pride brings in economic benefits, all the better. The halo effect reflects well on our community. Agree, still miles to go. Totally agree with you, Ron. There's nothing wrong about the revenue and the revenue nurturing our city's economy, but there's so much to be done in terms of awareness and education. And I'm talking about Mexico, which is, a third world country. Just looking at some of the things that I'm reading that are going on in the United States make me think that, oh my God, Middle Ages. But that's over there and not here. None of my business. Let's see. Oh, empathy. We per project volunteers have to go through the Las Juntas chaos on the way to the shelter. It will be crazy for a while. I hear you, Kathy, but hats off because you do it. I know that it must be difficult to get to the cat sanctuary, but what a great job and what great work comes out of that pursuit. Let's see. The video is southbound and looks confusing with the temporary detours and lane closures. Well, yes, it is. Which is why if you're going up or down on a regular basis, you may want to just plan ahead. We went to the Taco Festival at Puerto de Luna, and I thought going early would be better, but there were not many shaded tables, and it was very busy, so this time we will go at sunset. Good point. No way you're 62. I am 62, I think. I was born in 1962. So, how old am I? Aren't I 62? 62. Yeah, I am 62. I'll get back to you on that one. But I am 99% certain that I am 62. In fact, hold on. If I wasn't 62, I wouldn't be coughing all the time. And then here's about wellness. To me, wellness is very individual, and general approaches might not be what someone is looking for, just a thought. Aaron Chapman, who is new. Hello, Aaron. Great for chiming in. Aaron and Darren here, longtime listeners, but taking the U.S. holiday opportunity to say hi. I didn't know there was a holiday in the U.S., so whatever it is that you're celebrating, happy holiday, and thank you for chiming in. Two more comments I see. Karen says, Turtle release is an experience I will never forget. It will always be one of my best life experiences. I totally agree with that. It's been a while, but I loved it when I did it. I felt so powerful. I really did. And it was just a tiny little turtle. I did it in Maito, and it was beautiful. Interesting. Cirque du Soleil tickets in Vancouver are 145 Canadian. Budget seats are 55 Canadian. I don't know what the equivalent is, but again, it's different strokes for different folks. I mean, the kind of money that here's a good comparison. The tickets to go see Pat Metheny in Guadalajara in September are less expensive than seeing Cirque du Soleil at Vidanta. You know, you know where I'll be. It's Memorial Day in the United States. Thanks for that. And that brings us to the end of today's comments. So, thank you for indulging me 2 days of pre-recorded this past week. Thank you for indulging it again this next weekend. And thank you for joining me today. I look forward to your comments, your ideas, your suggestions. Oh, and this week's survey will be posted this afternoon. So we look forward to that. And I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow for more coffee, more headlines, and more stories. Have a great day. Oh, where is it? Hold on. I'm just trying to get out of here. Let me out. Let me out.